In my previous video, this was where we ended. I arrived at Port Lincoln Airport on Rex, and I was so excited to begin my exploration of Port Lincoln. So follow me on my journey as I eat my way through this town. Hi guys! So I find myself here at the Port Lincoln Cabin Park. So this will be my home for the next 2 weeks. I'm really in Port Lincoln for work, and I do get a few days off, so I'm going to use this opportunity to explore the town of Port Lincoln and also the surrounds. One of the things I'm really looking forward to is heading to Coffin Bay, where I can have my oysters. So that is what I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, this is my home for the next 2 weeks. Very nice looking cabins, pretty basic from what I can tell, but hey, this is what it is. I get a bed, I get a shower, and it's self-contained. I actually have my kitchen, my own kitchen, to do any cooking if so I wish. Yeah, so let's follow me as I explore Port Lincoln. That's my car over there, and this is my cabin. Got a nice living area. The heater is on, full blast, 24 degrees. I can cook, microwave, and my bed. Small shower and toilet. Because of where Port Lincoln is located in relation to Adelaide, getting there by road can be quite challenging, and it takes between 7 to 7.5 hours depending on where you're starting your journey in Adelaide from. If you draw a straight line between the two locations, the distance is really only 264 kilometers, and the flight time is only really 35 minutes in the air. The economy of Port Lincoln is based on the huge grain handling facilities, the canning and fish processing works, lamb, wool, beef, and tuna farming for the Australian market and beyond. Port Lincoln now has a thriving aquaculture industry that farms the following species. You have the southern bluefin tuna, yellowtail kingfish, abalone, mussels, oysters, and experimentally, seahorses and spiny lobsters. Port Lincoln is a centre for tourism due to its scenic beauty and coastal locality. Ready access to both Spencer Gulf and the Great Australian Bight mark Port Lincoln out as a blue water playground for yachting, scuba diving, shark cage diving, and game fishing. The Lincoln National Park, Coffin Bay National Park, and Tamborine Bay Conservation Park are all within easy driving distance from this town. Whenever I'm in the town for the first time, I like to head to the highest point to look down just to get a feel of what I'm dealing with. Hey, so now we've made it to the top of Winter Hill Lookout. So from up here, this observation point, you can basically see the whole of Port Lincoln. It's a town of just over 16,000 people. It's apparently known as the seafood capital of South Australia. It also has, apparently it's also got South Australia's largest concentration of millionaires. So go figure. Yeah, so most of the houses you see right behind where the grain silo is, most of the houses there, they've got fantastic views of the sea because it goes up the hill and all the suburb wraps around the hill. So yeah, you've got a lot of very nice houses with fantastic views there. Wish I could afford to live here. Yeah, so this is Port Lincoln, my home for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, it's nice to be here to get away from the really quiet town of Gawler that I live in. From one quiet town to another, yeah, this is Port Lincoln. I have an obsession with oysters, so one of the first road trips I did was to Coffin Bay. guys, so this morning I find myself here in Coffin Bay. It's the southernmost town here on the Eyre Peninsula. A lot of people come to Coffin Bay for one reason, that's for the oysters. So I'm actually here at the Oyster HQ. This is where if you want to go for the oyster tour, you know, you wade out to the water wearing half-body waders. You actually head out there. If you can see at the distance, those people are actually sitting in waders and they're going out there to watch oysters getting shackled, and then they can actually sit there and eat as many oysters as they want for the next hour and a half, I think. So it cost about $50 per person. That was what I wanted to go for, but because my trip to Port Lincoln was so last minute, all the tours were booked out. The only available spots was for next weekend. Unfortunately, by then I'll be back in Adelaide, so yeah, the whole highlight of coming to Coffin Bay, that was what I wanted to do, but I can't. Yeah, so beautiful Coffin Bay. Population of about just slightly over 600 people. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that I can't go for that tour. So the next time I'm back in Coffin Bay, that is what I'm gonna do. But in the meantime, I'm gonna look for a restaurant or cafe to see if I can sit down and have my fix of Coffin Bay oysters. I've always went for Sunday brunches in Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Jakarta, and Coffin Bay oysters are frequently featured in their oyster bar. So it's world famous. I personally can't tell the difference which oysters from where, whether it's from Streaky Bay or it's from Coffin Bay. They all taste the same to me, unfortunately, but that doesn't diminish my love for oysters. I love them so much I can just eat them all day. Yeah, can't wait to eat, so let's go. I must have come to Coffin Bay on the wrong day because nothing seems to be opened. There is an oyster bar that's further down that way. It's called the 1802 Oyster Bar. Unfortunately, they're closed from today until the 4th of September for some reason. And then down that way, you've got the Coffin Bay Yacht Club. They're only open from 5 p.m, so they're only open for dinner. So it's very weird that nothing seems to be open here on a Saturday, which is a weekend. You would expect a lot of tourists. Probably because of the pandemic, they don't have a lot of people coming to visit. So maybe that's why they're closed. So the only thing that's open is the diner behind me called the Beachcomber. They've got oysters in there as well. Yeah, so that's where I'm gonna go and have my oyster fix, my Coffin Bay oyster fix. So can't wait to eat. So let's go there and have some oysters. Okay guys, the whole reason why I came to Coffin Bay is to have these, right? I like my oysters natural, so let's try the first one. Awesome. You can never have too much oysters. I like them as they are, with a bit of lemon. Some people like it with Tabasco, but I think it's fine just with lemon. Awesome. Right then, I've come here for my oyster fix and I got my oyster fix. So now that that is done and dusted, it's time to take a drive back to Port Lincoln. It's 46 kilometers away, so the drive is roughly about 35 to 40 minutes to get back to Port Lincoln town center. So it's a little disappointing that so many things aren't opened. So I might come back here tonight or tomorrow evening for dinner, just to get some more oysters. But I mean, of course I can get oysters in Port Lincoln, but nothing beats the feeling of having Coffin Bay oysters in Coffin Bay, right? Yeah, so let's head back to Port Lincoln now, the continuation of my trip here. With such easy access to fresh seafood, it's no surprise that I started gorging from day one. The restaurants along the waterfront don't just serve good food, but a fantastic view is also guaranteed. On my second day here, I discovered the Fresh Fish Place. It's really a seafood market that sells everything seafood related. But this place also comes with a restaurant where you can sit down and sample the fresh local produce. I was so happy because I also found my oysters! I think they were priced rather reasonably at $15.90 for a dozen. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Port Lincoln, so there's no better day to have a Sunday brunch. The weather's perfect, sun's shining, weather's about mid-10s. So this place behind me, the Rogue and Rascal, came highly recommended by Google, who else, to have a place to settle down for Sunday brunch. So this is where we're gonna check out today. Yeah, to take a break from all that seafood. So yeah, with a name like that, right? Rogue and Rascals, it just makes you want to go in and check it out to see how it's like. So, but they're not open all the time though. I've come here on some evenings and they don't seem to be open at night. So just make sure you check the opening times before you actually make your way down here. Yeah, so let's go check it out. Oh yeah, before you go in, this place is located along the main waterfront promenade, Grand Tasman Avenue in Port Lincoln. So it is just directly across from the jetty behind. So that's the main town jetty. So that is just directly opposite Rogue and Rascal. Yeah, so just come check it out when you can, when you are in Port Lincoln. All right. Being a weekend, I mean, what else is there to do but go out for a drive, right? So what we're gonna do is to head up north from Port Lincoln to a town called Tamborine Bay. It's another seaside town that's worth exploring. So it's about 45 kilometers up north. So this journey should take about 40 minutes, I think. Yeah, it's a 40-minute drive from Port Lincoln. So let's see what Tamborine Bay has to offer. Other than a few festivals, there's really nothing much to do there. I think there is a mangrove walk or some sort. Otherwise, they also have another waterfront promenade, just like Port Lincoln. Probably it's a lot smaller. So yes, let's go see what Tamborine Bay has to offer. Here we are, Tamborine Bay. 40 minutes up north from Port Lincoln. The official population today is about 1,474 dwellers they have in this little town. Look, I know I said the waterfront promenade is going to be small, but I didn't expect it to be this small. You see the bunch of building there? There's a bunch of buildings there. That's it. You've got your hotel, a seafood place, and maybe a cafe at the end, and that's really about it though. It's really, really tiny. But that being said, the water here is beautiful. I thought it was clear in Port Lincoln, but it's even clearer here. I mean, just look at the color of the water. It's, I don't know, light green. It's beautiful here. Yeah, so just like every seaside town, they've got their main jetty. There. Stretches out all the way to the end. So let's take a walk there and see what else is there to see. As if I wasn't relaxed enough, Tamborine Bay afforded me another opportunity to lower my blood pressure even further. This place was just absolutely tranquil. I can't even begin to describe. This is the best way to while away your weekend and just sit there and marvel at the scenery. And of course, to eat some more. Hi. So much for taking a break from seafood. I've decided to settle down for a piece of grilled butterfish. Yum. We can never have enough of seafood. Delicious. During my stay in Tamborine Bay, the weather started to take a turn for the worse, so I thought this was the perfect time to get into my car and return to Port Lincoln, in preparation for dinner. So I guess I'm eating some more after this. The Eyre Peninsula offers an excellent holiday location for a lot of people, and what I've heard is most people who lived in Adelaide, they have never ever set foot onto the Eyre Peninsula before. With COVID-19 severely restricting where we can go, there is no better time to explore the fantastic state of South Australia. My food journey in Port Lincoln continued throughout my stay. And during then, I learned something new, that lamb's fry is not stir-fried lamb. Go Google it, because when I did, I almost threw up. And this concludes my little summary of my stay in Port Lincoln. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, because I will surely be coming back here again. See you again next time. Bye!